Honestly, I've never even seen the theatrical cut of Blade Trinity, but for today's recap, we're diving straight into the unrated cut. So the movie opens with some vampires in the Syrian desert, and we know they're vampires because one of them flips off the sun. They find the tomb, and then one of them dies after the creature in the tomb awakens. We cut to a psychiatrist, Dr. Vance, who's being interviewed on TV about vampires. They then start talking about Blade, who they consider crazy, and it's revealed the police have been after him. We then cut to Blade in the middle of a vampire hunt with Whistler. He manages to run the last guy off the road, but before he can kill him, he reveals he's not actually a vampire and they set him up. And we see one of the vampires from the intro, Danica, recording him. Later that night, she goes to visit the creature they saved in the desert, who turns into a human form, and she tells him about Blade. We are then shown a group of vampires stalking a woman and her child, only for it to be revealed to be a fake baby, and then she kills all of them. We get back with Whistler and Blade, who senses something before they are suddenly swarmed by the FBI. Whistler is able to destroy all their files and stuff and sacrifices his life to blow up the lair and as many agents as he can. This breaks Blade and he surrenders. The FBI gets Dr. Vance to interview him, who is revealed to be a familiar. Vampires arrive and are about to transfer him until Hannibal King arrives to save him. Seeing Ryan Reynolds here is wild because in a 2026 context, this is the blueprint for Deadpool. They fight to break out and that woman from earlier arrives to help, later revealed to be Whistler's daughter Abigail. They escape and Blade meets the rest of their group, the Night Stalkers. They reveal that Dracula, or Drake, has returned. Dracula decides to enter the game, and Blade learns that the Night Stalkers have come up with a virus for the vampires called the Daystar virus that will wipe all the vampires out. They decide to go after familiars to find information about Dracula, and that leads them to Dr. Vance, but when they get to them, he reveals himself to actually be Dracula, and Blade ends up chasing him throughout the city, finding out he's immune to sunlight. The Night Stalkers end up finding out the vampires' plan, blood farms, where they are draining brain-dead humans that are in chemically induced comas. Blade ends up shutting down the life support, and thus ends a really cool idea that was barely explored. Blade and Abigail return to the hideout to find everyone dead and Hannibal and little girl Zoe missing. We cut to Hannibal being held by Danica and the other vampires, who torture and threaten to feed Zoe to him. Before Blade and Abigail go after him, they see a video of messages up high by one of the Night Stalkers, who reveals that the Daystar virus needs Dracula's blood to work, but there's a possibility it will kill Blade too. They finally arrive to save Hannibal, and we get an actually okay fight scene, which really surprised me considering this movie. And then Blade and Dracula fight in a super anticlimactic sword fight. I mean, a Deacon Frost fight was better than this. That's just sad. During their fight, Dracula morphs into this ugly, even if well-made creature and almost kills Blade, and so Abigail gives him the Daystar virus to kill Dracula and all other nearby vampires. Before he dies, Dracula offers Blade a parting gift and his respect because he fought with honor, and they both seemingly die. We cut to Blade in the morgue, and this is the main difference between the two cuts. The theatrical cut shows Blade's body shifting into Dracula's, which gives Blade the opportunity to escape the police, while the unrated cut has Blade wake up in the morgue with CGI eyes and attack the doctors and cops. Both cuts end with Hannibal narrating as Blade drives off. This was a really bizarre movie. I really wanted to like it, and I expected to. I'm not very picky with these movies. But this movie is just super boring, and honestly, that's worse than being just bad. It's visually ugly, it's cheesy in a way that's not charming, it tries way too hard to be funny. Ryan Reynolds just shouldn't be in this movie. What a shame, this could have been one of the greatest film trilogies if they had just gotten a different director or they had actually let Wesley Snipes give his creative input. I think with Dracula, the casting isn't the problem, I think it's just that the writing sucked and the performance wasn't good, but I think it could have worked. Next up, we're looking at the 2003 director's cut of Daredevil.